I kind of wanted to just show you a close-up of my computer rig that I just finished building recently, and I personally think it's pretty impressive, but you can make up your own mind. The whole thing was white before. The first thing I did was paint most of it just that red rusty, put some stuff in the paint to give it a texture. I just wanted to really have an old steampunk kind of Fallout look. I even put a little bit of brass colored duct tape on the CD drive bay. The best thing about it is it just hides all the logos. I put some of that same brass tape on the inside of the power supply with some little gears that I stole from my girlfriend. Yeah, that's pretty much most of that. The back of it looks pretty good too. I really like how the hammer finish paint came out with the tarnished stuff on there. Also love the very top of it where the fins are. I thought it looked kind of like the copper rooftop on a lot of older buildings. That pretty much does it for the outside of the computer. Now we're gonna dive onto the inside. I used my Dremel tool and my jigsaw to cut through the ultra thick, ridiculously thick steel side of this thing, and then I added some trim that I found at AutoZone. Some people use U-channel with it. I personally didn't want to spend the money to buy it from the website, so I just went down to AutoZone and bought some of this stuff. It's a little bigger, but it still worked pretty well on the case that I have, seeing as it's a huge case. Moving on to the inside of the case, you're going to notice a whole lot of hardware that I spent way too much money on. Like I was showing y'all from the outside, my power supply is an 800 watt, 80 plus gold Rosewell power supply. One of the things I really like about it is those circles around all the modular inputs light up on a PC. I love lots of lights. That right there is an extra case fan that I added as well. And then you can see right there another LED light that I installed. I have a Western Digital hard drive, and the one that I really am impressed with the speed of is the HyperX Kingston solid state drive, 256 gigabytes. The single most expensive component in this thing is the GTX 670 graphics card by NVIDIA. Takes two 6-pin plugs to power this monster, but it can do some serious damage to pretty much any video game at 1080p resolutions. I'm actually gonna upgrade soon because I upgraded to a new 1600 by 2560 XD monitor. It stresses the graphics card quite a bit to be able to push that many pixels, so I will want to upgrade to planning on a 780 soon, and then I'll probably even add it in SLI to make it so that it's very, very smooth frame rates. Here you can see the 8 gigabytes of G-Skill Ripjaw RAM right there. It's rated for 1600 megahertz, but I have it OC'd to 1800 megahertz right now. And hidden by this monster of a heatsink right here is my Intel i7 3770K. Its stock runs, I think, at 3.5 gigahertz, and I have it overclocked to 4.3 right now. I could probably go a little further, but it's not really going to get me any benefit in any games or programs, so I prefer to be a little bit more conservative with that overclocking. The piece of hardware that's tying all of this together is the motherboard. It's the Gigabyte Z77X UP4TH motherboard. It is amazing for overclocking. Northbridge heatsink to dissipate the heat. It's just built for speed and power.
And now, what you've all been waiting for, the unveiling of this monstrous monstrosity beast of a computer right here. Prepare for your mind to be blown.
I'm just, it's asleep right now, so I'm just gonna hit the button.
Okay, listen to me. I'm gonna ask you one time nicely. I need your clothes, your boots, your motorcycle.
like the video, and please subscribe to the page. See you later.